Let's make lemonade. Let's go to work.
That's the signal. Go, 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 go.
Six.
It's beautiful.
Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude.
Wake up and hit the ground running. It's The Rush, presented by Willis Auto, with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson bringing you raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic talk about sports, life, and everything else that matters. No filtered, no fluff, just The Rush.
Willis Automotive powers the Rush Radio Show, and if you're in the market for a vehicle, this is where you start. New, used, or certified pre-owned, Willis Automotive has the selection, people, and the service to make it easy. No pressure, no games, just a team that knows how to take care of you. Check them out at willisauto.com. That's willisauto.com. If you're listening on the audio stream this morning at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Good morning, YouTubers. Glad you're watching this morning. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please do so. Also, like this video, leave your comments in the comment section, and you can follow us on our social media channels. Good morning, Ross Peterson, who's in a good mood. You're in a very, very good mood.
I'm cracking up already, dude. I'm having a fun morning. Yeah. How are you, buddy? How was Monday?
It was good. It was somewhat productive. Had a lot of meetings, but got some stuff done, and looking forward to a Tuesday. Now, I understand yesterday you pulled off a Travis Justice.
I had one. I tried to join your 300 step club. I think I probably moved around too much doing laundry and housework and stuff, but I tried. I really tried to be as sedentary as possible yesterday.
The goal is like 320 steps, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the goal. If you want to live the most pathetic life in the world, it's 320 steps in a day, which is like essentially...
This is like our version of that Breakfast of Champions commercial from SNL.
Yes. Yeah.
Belushi smoking the cigarettes, eating the chocolate donuts.
Maybe one day I'll just get up and get like a pee bag and just see if I can sit for an entire day and not get up. Just pee into the bag.
How did
Honey, come switch this for me. I can't get up and walk.
Conversation came up the other day about Audrey was asking, somehow we got to talking about bedpans. She was asking about, like, when people are in the hospital and they can't get out of bed. How's that work? And I'm like, well,
do they still do bedpans?
Because
you've got the catheter they can put in. I don't know what I guess you could put a colostomy bag in if you wanted to, but
true too.
I don't know if they still do the bedpan. If there's any nurses or doctors listening to the show right now, let us know if they still do bedpans in hospitals.
Dude.
I haven't seen one, and I've been to the hospital a couple times, but I've never seen a bedpan in the hospital.
You said colostomy bag.
Yeah.
It remind me. I've told you, you got to watch that Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia, that documentary I told you about. You have to watch it. At one point, one of the ladies is like talking about what a great man her papa was. He was a good man. He was a good man. He would take me to the bar when I was 10. And my daddy, he'd get into fights. And my daddy had a colostomy bag. So I'd carry a pool cue and a glass bottle of beer, and I'd smash that bottle, and I'd go up to people and I'd say, "I'll cut you. You fight my daddy, I'll cut you." He was a good man, taking his 10-year-old to the bar to get drunk and get into fights with a colostomy bag.
I'm gonna have to ask Lizzie, who's Owen's girlfriend, about this, because she's a nurse in the ICU of a cancer unit, right? I mean, she's a saint. But yeah, she was coming up through nursing school. I know she was a CRNA or something like that. And, part of her job was wiping butts. And so I don't know if they actually had the bedpan in there or not. I'm going to ask Lizzie that. I'm going to say, hey, how do people, I get the pee thing. You could put a catheter in, but how do people poop if they can't get out of bed?
Don't you love it when you have these conversations? Hey, Lizzie, you came up on the show today. Oh, I did? Yeah, I got a question about bedpans.
Yes. Arch your back a little bit. Let me put that thing underneath you. That cannot be good for posture either, right? You're like, is it coming yet? Because you're like arched.
Yeah, this is like when I call my friends. I was like, hey, man, you just came up in conversation. Oh, really? What about? We were out wondering about prison.
Because you've been there. We need to know this. We need to know this.
I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood today because of a story. Again, this happens often. Travis and I get together probably about 5:15, 5:30 every morning. We're actually chatting. Travis has the full rundown of stuff. And then I spend that time while we're chatting just kind of going through the internet, looking at weird stuff. Because
Ross knows where to find. I don't know where to find the weird stuff. Ross knows where to find the weird stuff.
I've tried to tell everybody there's one website. It makes it super easy. I don't get paid. It's an Iowa guy that made this thing, I found out. It's called fark.com. Now, I don't know what that word means, so I apologize if that's offensive in some way. It's just fark.com. It's like it's an aggregator site. So it's kind of like a
Drudge Report.
Or a Huffington Post or one of those where you go there and it's a bunch of links to other websites. They're not actually reporting any news. It's just a collector of stuff. And his thing is the obscure, the weird.
And by the way, as every other sports show in America is starting with the AFC Wildcard Playoff game, we're starting with an obscure story.
We don't have to. No.
We're going down this rabbit hole because I find this story very interesting. We'll get to the important stuff. We're deep teasing.
That was funny because I did like that game last night until I didn't. Right, fourth quarter was a ruined it. And really, you look back and think about it. It really wasn't that close of a game.
No,
it could have been 50-3 if Stroud doesn't turn the ball over a couple times. So I mean, anyway. Sure, we can talk about that. There is a lot to talk about. Aaron Rodgers, Mike Tomlin.
The Texans and their ability to maybe win the Super Bowl. That defense is unbelievable.
The defense is good. Is the offense good enough to do it, though, man? Last night, I really like C.J. Stroud, and I think that he's going to be. But last night was rough. Did you hear them say, Trav? Oh man, now I'm missing what the stat was. They had actually been really good in the turnover game throughout the year. I don't remember if they said they were fourth in the league with 12 turnovers, I think is how. Because as I went to say it, my brain remembered as them being 12th in the league, but that's not what it was. They were fourth in the league with 12 turnovers all season long. So they were really good about not doing that. And then last night, 3 different turnovers and still walk away with an easy win. Again, that game could have been 50-2.
And you're so right. It was 7-6 at halftime. It was 7-6 after the third quarter, and you're thinking,
God, it felt like 50-3. Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. You knew that Houston was controlling that game, and to believe it or not, that's the Texans' first road playoff game in franchise history. It's the first time they've won a road playoff game. Now, we're not counting the Oiler days. We're only counting the Texan days.
Okay, hold on. Road playoff win or road playoff game? Either one is...
Win. First road playoff win. And that defense is unbelievably stout. Held Pittsburgh to 175 yards. Aaron Rodgers had one of his worst games ever as a professional quarterback. And
if you watched his demeanor, it wasn't his fault.
It wasn't. It wasn't his fault. I mean, there were a lot of. I mean, he threw some really bad passes. You got to give credit to where credit is due, and that defense is pretty. I mean, it's the best defense in the National Football League.
Yep.
And so you've got to give some credit. Now, was Aaron Rodgers himself? No, he threw some passes last night. You're like, dude, where are you throwing it? And sometimes, guys can run wrong routes. I don't know if that was the case.
Yeah.
DK Metcalf only got had 2 catches last night. He had 5 targets.
Tried to get him that one that ended up where one of the DNs got around and stripped Rodgers and that. But when they showed it, DK's just getting loose. And again, 2015, Aaron Rodgers steps up into that pocket and delivers that ball downfield, and that's a touchdown. I think that's a part of it. He just was a little bit slower last night. I did not think he was good last night, and I hated that every time something went wrong, it was constantly it was somebody else's fault. Now, again, line wasn't great. Defense for Texans for Houston is fantastic. You nailed it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you see the camera captures everything, right? You think he's blaming other people. We're assuming he is.
That's true.
And I think it could be a number of things. There could be. I don't know the intricacies of the Steeler offense, right? So there may have been guys running wrong routes, but it's also just frustration that you can't do anything when you perform at your highest level and you can't you can't get it done. You become frustrated with a lot of things.
Great point. I'm putting good point. Good point.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. All we are left to do is interpret what we see on camera, right? So when you see a guy who's frustrated, walking off, kind of talking, you can see him talking to himself. You can see him on the sideline with his offensive coordinator being a little bit frustrated. That's projection.
Part of it's that reputation that Aaron Rodgers has, though, that he does that a little bit too. So.
But, after the game, I mean, he didn't talk about, his retirement. He goes, I need to get away, which means he's probably going to go hide in some hut, do some ayahuasca and figure out what he wants to do.
Would you ever do that?
Did. No, I'm not into losing my senses. I'm not, it's kind of like LSD. I'm really not into the, hey, let's have this out-of-body experience so I can see different colors and people coming at me. I don't need to see my future through some holograph that's right in front of me. But he did say, listen, he's had more fun this last year than he's had in a long time. He got the Steelers to the playoffs. His teammates liked him and said if he wants to come back, now he's a free agent, so he can go anywhere he wants. He only had a 1-year, $13.5 million deal. He could come back. He says he's going to take time to do so. It's one of those things. Does he go out on top? No. But does he go out in embarrassment? Not really. So it's like you kind of look at it and you see it's time. The big question is Mike Tomlin, who, the Steelers have not been successful in the playoffs. They've lost 7 straight playoff games. 6 of those have been first-round games. And, he walked off the field last night to fire Tomlin chants, and they started somewhere in the fourth quarter, fire Tomlin. And where Mike Tomlin is between a rock and a hard place is this. And you could say this about almost any team in the National Football League. What do you need to win besides a really good defense? What do you need, Ross? You need a quarterback.
Oh, kind of a defense and a quarterback in the NFL. There you go.
And the problem with Pittsburgh is they haven't had a franchise quarterback since Ben Roethlisberger. But the other problem is Mike Tomlin has been so consistent that they haven't been bad enough to draft a franchise quarterback.
The classic lose to win, man.
And you kind of see why teams do it. And look at this quarterback class. Is it great? I don't see a franchise quarterback in this class. Somebody will come out, somebody will be the star, and you're like, wow, I didn't see that coming. But it's not like you would say this is a huge quarterback class. And I've said this for years, and I still think it's worth repeating. In my lifetime, I am a 55-year-old man. The Steelers have only had 3 head coaches.
Crazy.
And you look at that model of consistency, but when the Steelers were really good, they had Terry Bradshaw. I believe Neil O'Donnell got him to the quarterback or to the Super Bowl. They lost, but then or did they win with Neil O'Donnell? I'm trying to think. Because Bill Cowher won a Super Bowl. They won with Neil O'Donnell. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if I'd call Neil O'Donnell a franchise quarterback, but then Ben Roethlisberger comes in, and look where they got Ben Roethlisberger. He was one of those guys coming out of, Miami of Ohio that you go, they took Ben Roethlisberger. You were lucky to get him and didn't know that he was going to become what he was going to become. Now quarterbacks are graded so much. Can the Steelers get a franchise quarterback that far down in the draft? And if you want to trade for one, does Joe Burrow come available? They're not going to trade within the division. There's no way Cincinnati's going to say, hey, Pittsburgh, you want to make a trade? That's not going to happen. So Mike Tomlin has 2 years left on his deal with Pittsburgh. He's been there, 19 years, which is an incredible run. And he's been consistent. He's won. You know what Pittsburgh is? Pittsburgh is like the Iowa Hawkeyes of the National Football League. Just consistent. Great every now and then. Good enough to let you wet your beak in the playoffs, but just disappoint you at the end.
Dude, my brain got stuck on something. Okay. Did Neil O'Donnell win a Super Bowl? Because we both kind of went, yeah, the Steelers won a Super Bowl with him. And then I thought, no, didn't he have a disaster? Remember? Do you remember now as I'm bringing it up? Didn't he
that's why
he didn't win a Super Bowl. And where's my brain this morning, Trav? I'll tell you where my brain's in Kenyan tennis is where my brain is this morning. But they did not. Neil O'Donnell did not win a Super Bowl.
What year was that? Was that 95?
Dude, he played in Super Bowl 30.
Okay.
So what year was that?
That would have been 95, I believe.
Now I have to do Roman numerals and math. Oh, shit.
Ben Roethlisberger was the quarterback for Bill Cowher in 2005.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then they lost in 1995. 27-17 to the Dallas Cowboys and Neil O'Donnell was the quarterback.
In 95 too.
Yeah, in 95.
Oh, thank
in 1997, Cordell Stewart was the quarterback in the AFC Championship.
All right.
But really, a franchise quarterback to where you could ride was the last one was Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And
they haven't been able to replace him.
Unless you've got a really, really, really special defense, and even then you've got to have a game-managing quarterback. Really good game-managing quarterback.
Does Mike Tomlin have a job after today?
Dude, in 2026, I say no. And I shockingly say no. I say he should. John Harbaugh just got fired. Yeah, Mike Tomlin's getting fired.
515-517-2303. Let's go to Rick. Rick, welcome to the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive. What's going on, buddy?
Morning, gentlemen. I believe that Super Bowl Neil O'Donnell was in was when that E-back from Dallas had the 3 picks.
Yeah, I think 1995. It's crazy how fast the years go. 1995 was the last Super Bowl the Dallas Cowboys have won, so you have to go back 30 years. If you would have told me Neil O'Donnell was the quarterback 30 years ago, I would have said, no, that was the mid-2000s. But no, it was 1995. You would be correct, sir.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Thanks, Rick. Appreciate it, man. Drive safe. 30 years. And I guess, was Neil O'Donnell a franchise quarterback? No.
Dallas's Larry Brown, a 12th round draft pick who was still grieving the death of his infant son 2.5 months prior, became the first quarterback to be named the Super Bowl MVP by recording 2 interceptions in the second half. Cowboys converted both of those to touchdowns.
That's a good memory by Rick.
That's a great memory.
It's not like he had time to really Google that and look that up. It's like, I remember that game 30 years ago.
Here's how when you said that, you know what happened in my brain? A Bruno reaction happened. I remember either fishing or at the office one day or having beers, and Neil O'Donnell's name got brought up, and Bruno had a visceral reaction. He was like, "Oh, I don't like that. That guy. That reminds me of interceptions in the Super Bowl." Because Bruno's a Steelers fan like you. Larry Brown. I would have never come up with that name. I hear Larry Brown, I think old white basketball coach.
Yeah.
I hear Larry King, I think CNN host. I forget about Franklin Credit Union, sex scandal, first Epstein Island, conspiracy theory, probably kidnapped Johnny Gosh guy.
You can tell what Ross did on his down day yesterday. He did a lot of scrolling through videos and went down a lot of rabbit holes that made him go insane.
I didn't go insane. I've been insane. Yesterday had nothing to do with it. I've been crazy. I've been being crazy. This ain't new. This ain't new to me, son. I've been being crazy.
But, and I'm kind of torn on Tomlin. And not that I don't think he should be the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. But I'm torn because you reach a point to where you're like, okay, what are we going to do at quarterback? How are we really going to get better? What's going to be different? And after 19 years, do you just need a professional change? You look at Bill Cowher. Bill Cowher just said, you know what? I'm stepping away. I'm going to the broadcast booth, and I'm done. Now, I thought at some point Bill Cowher would have gotten back into the game, but he kind of sat back and go, man, I don't have to work all night. I don't have to do 20-hour days. All I have to do is show up at a really fine studio, make $1 million, $2 million bucks. That's all I need to do. And you look at Mike Tomlin, who is a great football coach. If there was a mutual parting of the ways, would be one of the most coveted coaches out there right now. John Harbaugh interviewed for the Atlanta Falcons job yesterday. Mike Tomlin could have the pick of jobs that he wanted based on his consistency. But sometimes you go, you know what? Is this as good as it gets? Is it time for me to move on? Is it time to step aside and see what somebody else can do? To fire him, dude, I think would be absurd. If both of them got together and go, what do you think? And what I mean by that is we were told Harbaugh and the Ravens was a mutual parting of the way. It wasn't. It was a firing. John Harbaugh got fired. If Art Rooney II and Mike Tomlin sit down and they're like, you know what? I've given it my all for 19 years.
It's time. Time for us to part ways.
It's time for us to part ways. I'm okay with that. Now, I don't know if the Steelers will get another coach that goes 19 years. It's just in today's day and age and the demands that are placed on coaches and the expectations of Steeler fans, it's going to be hard to get that kind of – and Steeler fans have been spoiled, much like Iowa fans have been spoiled with Kirk Ferentz and Hayden Fry over basically, 40 years. When you become spoiled, you take for granted what you have. I understand your frustration. You want to win. But winning when you start aging out creates problems because you stay just good enough not to get the players you need.
How old is Mike Tomlin?
Let's see. Do you have it in front of you?
I looked it up.
I'm going to say Mike Tomlin is 54 years old.
How old is John Harbaugh?
John Harbaugh is 65 or 64.
You are so good at these games, dude. Mike Tomlin is 53.
Wow, I was close.
And John Harbaugh is 63.
And I only knew the Harbaugh one because
Harbaugh's got years left on him. I almost had years left on his bone, and that would come across bad. And you would have especially heard that.
I would have
the wrong way.
I would have.
So yeah, some people are upset because we teased the FARC article and then didn't even get to any of the FARC stuff.
We're going to get to it. Okay. We're going to get to it.
Okay.
We'll do that at
Travis likes to wait till more people are listening to it. Yeah, I thought we'd feed that to our 6 a.m.ers, but I like it. Let's do it.
They will be. It'll be the 6:30 a.m.ers, but I guess I looked at that game last night and it was the last playoff game. The NFL's so big. And you look at the two franchises last night, and one is, a relatively newcomer in the Texans. You have one of the most storied programs in NFL history. You have a coach that's been at a place for 19 years who walks off the field to fire Tomlin chants, and you're like, is this how I go out? Is this how I leave a place I've given 19 years of my life to people not liking me? To people saying, God, get the hell out of here? I mean, and Aaron Rodgers backed Mike Tomlin, said anybody calling for his job is absolutely crazy based on the culture. And I would say it's the culture of the whole organization. There's a reason there's only been 3 head coaches in my lifetime is because you run an organization with class. You run it in a way where people feel welcome. I know it's not New York. I'm going to compare the Steelers to the Yankees. It's just one of those places to where I think people want to. If you're a professional football player, if you end up in Pittsburgh, you're like, I can handle that. I don't like the cold.
Consistency.
Yes.
And in the Yankees,
have been
Travis,
dysfunctional
that's
at times.
A very fair comparison. Yeah.
And there's not too many places of business that are like that.
No, it's not too many professional sports organizations that are like that. Very, very few. Patriots are there. Patriots are there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Bob Kraft has done, for as weird as Bob Kraft is,
for all the nooks and crannies that come with that.
Yeah.
Are they consistently going to compete?
Yes.
And that's the thing that's hard to find over the 20-year span, over a 40-year span. It's really, really hard to find.
I mean, the fact that Mike Tomlin never had a losing season.
That's incredible.
But at the end, but at the end of the day, you have to win in the playoffs. And that's why, you can look at it and go, are you going to get me a franchise quarterback? Because if we can't get a franchise quarterback, we can't win.
I think there's the conversation. You just nailed the conversation that he has. Hey, is it time for us to part ways? Well, I'm 53. That there's I could legitimately say Mike Tomlin has 20 years left in his career. Maybe that's a stretch. 15 isn't. 15. We think John Harbaugh is going to be able to go another 5 years.
I mean, Bill Belichick's still coaching in his 70s. Now it's in the college game, but he could have been in the NFL.
No, I'm kidding.
But he could have been in the National Football League, no problem, if he wanted to be in the National Football League.
It still could be there, right? And I mean, would they be? Would they wouldn't be in the playoffs? He, by the way, is 73, so add another 10 years. So maybe that's the right. Maybe the right way to look at it is that 68, late 60s for these guys. John Harbaugh's got another 5 years. Mike Tomlin has 15 years ahead of him. Has he coached his best football?
You're only coaching the best of the players you have.
If I go to Call Sheet and I say Mike Tomlin wins a Super Bowl again, are you putting the bet on yes or no on that? The odds are going to be against no. What would the odds need to be? If I said it's 3-1, I think I might take yes on that.
Really?
Yes. I think he's going to end up. I think he's going to end up at a good. So I think that Mike Tomlin's conversation has to basically be, I've got 15 years left. I'm going to find a place that's going to get me a franchise quarterback, that's going to get me the quarterback that I need to win this thing. Because you need two things to win in this league: a quarterback and a defense. And if I can get the quarterback, I can get the defense up. I've proven over 20 years that I know this game. Coaches usually get a lot of coaches. Look at Andy Reid. Andy Reid's best football was coached in these. It wasn't at the Eagles.
No, he was pretty darn good at the Eagles.
Real good at the Eagles. Where's his franchise? When Andy Reid's a Hall of Famer, what hat are you thinking of?
Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right. Wouldn't that be cool if they put the coaches in helmets for the Hall of Fame? He came.
Hey, folks, if you're looking for a full-service jeweler, you can find it in Ankeny with Fiscus Jewelers at 1701 Southeast Delaware, Suite 250. Noel Fiscus offers custom design, one-of-a-kind pieces that fit your budget. If you're in the market for an engagement or bridal ring, they've got platinum, 18-karat, 14-karat, made in the USA, certified center stones. Noel also does repairs, sizing, stone setting, chain repair. And if you need an appraisal on your piece of jewelry, that can be done, and let them clean and polish it as well. Start your design at fiscusjewelers.com, open Monday through Saturday. Yes, Kenyan tennis when we come back.
Incredible.
On the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
This is Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
With over 260 beers on tap, El Bait Shop isn't just another craft beer bar. It's the best. Beer lovers know. El Bait Shop, 200 Southwest 2nd, Des Moines.
There's a new spin on casual dining near Drake University. Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers. Craveable faves, flatbreads, delicious burgers, frozen cocktails, and a crazy cool vibe. Get to Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers today.
My name's Gary Presnell, and I'm a residential home mortgage banker for Northwest Bank in Des Moines Metro Market. I've been financing people's homes for over 25 years, and I'm an expert in financing VA loans, FHA loans, IFA loans, and new construction homes. This is my cat Norm. Norm knows football, but he doesn't know mortgage. And that's where I come in. There are a lot of Tom, Dick, and Norms out there doing loans. So don't just trust anyone with your home loan. I'm your local, trusted, experienced expert.
Loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Oh, did see you there. Happy New Year for myself and everyone else over here at Land Rover Des Moines. My personal New Year's resolution is to take better care of my car, and that starts with an oil change. Come on down for $25 off your service. You can give us a call or schedule online at LandRoverDesMoines.com.
Hi, it's Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. Are you on the verge of taking that next big step in your relationship? Our latest collection of engagement rings is here to make your moment even more memorable. From stunning classics to modern designs, each ring is meticulously crafted to symbolize your unique love story. Looking for something truly one of a kind? Explore our custom engagement ring options and let us bring your vision to life. Visit our showroom in Ankeny and let's start creating the ring of your dreams together. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Back to the rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Hey, your mic's muted.
Damn it. I hate when I do that. Pump it up with unleaded 88. It's cheaper, it's cleaner, it's a greener fuel choice. Make it clear. Make it a clear winner at the pump. So pump it up with unleaded 88. Go to iowacorn.org to learn more. You know, Ross, one of my favorite new follows on Instagram is Ariana Sablenka. She's one of the best tennis players in the world.
Oh, really? I imagine she's also smoking hot, and that's why you follow her?
She's Belarusian. No, I follow her for her tennis tips, to see where she's playing. She just got done playing in Brisbane. And getting ready for the Australian Open, which is the first major of the year, which is getting ready to start. The only reason I follow Ariana Sablenka is because of how good she is at tennis. It's the only reason. Only reason.
517-2303. I'm perusing. Well, go ahead.
I think I found a new tennis player to follow on Instagram.
Oh my gosh. I just love the world sometimes. People are great. They're the worst. We're the worst. But then also sometimes, if you can't laugh at this, can we play this video? I don't think we can do that, can we?
Yeah, it's one of those things where I'll get like a thing from YouTube saying you violated some copyright infringement.
So I have to tell people about this, and then they can go and find it, okay? This is from I found this on bbc.com. That's the link that I found. But your best bet is just to Google this, and then you will find the video. You have to see the video. The pictures don't do it justice. There's a 1-minute video on The Guardian that I watched that you can see. Okay. Here's what. Remember the Fat and Fit Games launched from that sprinter, right?
Yeah.
The
Somalia, person who got into the Olympic trials, who ran a 100-yard dash or 100-meter dash in 30.2 seconds.
It was incredible. It's hilarious to see. The tennis equivalent has happened. Okay? An Egyptian lady by the name of Hajar Abdel Kader. If you just type in Egyptian tennis player and maybe Kenya might work. I don't know. Because trying to find Hajar, Hajar, that'll help you. Her last name is Abdel Kader, Abdelkader. She lost 6-0, 6-0 in her debut professional match. She's 21 years old. Out of Egypt, we think.
Egypt has no record of her, though, right?
Egypt has no record of this lady ever playing tennis before. And she
I don't know if she ever has played tennis before. I'm watching this video right now.
She's never played tennis before. And she's playing in a professional tennis tournament. Now she's playing against the 1,026th ranked woman in the world, who, as Travis pointed out when I mentioned this to him earlier, would beat every one of us listening to this show. Six love. Yeah, right. Kick our ass. But 90% of us would put on a better showing than Hajar Abdelkader. She not only lost 6-0, 6-0 in the 37-minute match, which, if you don't know tennis at all, is alarmingly fast. She had 20 double faults. And by the video you see, I don't think she returned a single shot. It is hilarious. Imagine your surprise if you are this other woman who was from Germany. Her name is Lorena Schadel. Lorena Schadel had shown up at the international. Where was this at? I just had all this in front of me. I'm so sorry, Trav. It doesn't matter. None of us give a shit what tournament it was in. It was a professional tennis match, and this lady somehow conned her way into the tournament. And that's the crazy part about this is everybody's pointing fingers at everybody else. Nobody is saying they know who this lady is or how she got in. Officially, she got in. She was registered as a wild card granted by the Kenyan Tennis Federation. And the Kenyan Tennis Federation stood up right away like, we have no idea who this lady is. She told us she was from Egypt. She'd never seen tennis before. It's hilarious.
She would be bad. We would beat this woman. I think, now to reverse it, we couldn't beat the 1,027th ranked tennis player, but we could beat this woman who played in either that or it would go like 5 sets.
She can't hit the ball she cannot serve the ball over the net. She's holding the racket squared up to the net and throwing the ball up and trying to smack. It's hilarious. That's why every now and again we come back from break and I'm crying laughing.
I just had to do a quick Google search. This was 37 minutes. The fastest match in tennis history. You have to go back to 1969 at Wimbledon. Sue Tutt versus Marion Boundy. And Tutt won 6-2, 6-love in 20 minutes.
Whoa.
20 minutes. But then you have to go to 1922 Wimbledon in a 23-minute match. 1925 Wimbledon, a 25-minute match. In a Grand Slam, Steffi Graf has a 37-minute.
Wow.
Or a 34-minute. Win.
Listen, and honestly, this one probably took 30 minutes because they had to take some time chasing balls. I'm not joking. You watch, she's
almost playing like pickleball, right?
It's unreal that you're like, this is a professional. Imagine that other lady's surprise when she showed up anticipating to play another professional player.
Is it embarrassing for the sport of tennis to let this happen? Because this would never happen in Major League Baseball. It would never happen in the National Football League. Is it embarrassing for the sport of tennis to let this happen, that somebody snuck in, and she got a wild card, that they didn't do their homework to go, oh, we're going to let this person play.
All right. I'm trying to. We have so many golf guys that listen that are golf that know this stuff. Golf's so much different because their gatekeeping in golf is pretty tight, right?
It's
they're
very
not gonna let some schmuck out there. They're not gonna let us go out. I mean, unless the event is designed for that. The media events before the pro-ams or whatever.
Yeah, but that's not competitive play,
right? Not at all. Not at all. But there's got to be times when guys have gone out there and been horribly bad.
Yeah, but we don't see them because they're not on television.
Right.
This for some reason was like on.
Well,
everything's
recorded right on huddle cam. It's kind of what it is. And then this thing went viral enough that I found it this morning, and Dusty wrote in, this lady sounds like she could play high school tennis in Iowa. Dusty.
No. I don't think she could.
Never had played tennis in her life. I'm telling you, Egyptian Hajar, Hajar. I bet if you just type in Egypt and Hajar tennis, you're going to find this video.
Do you think this is like a punked where somebody gets together and somebody says, "Let's try to get you into a professional tournament"?
We're going to find out this is like a reporter doing the George Plimpton thing. There was another guy I just saw the other day. I saw this video about a guy that used to go and he would dress up in full NBA pregame attire and just run onto the court and get in the layup line. He got into a Major League Baseball All-Star Game picture. Remember how they used to do the photo?
Yeah.
When you collected baseball cards, you'd get the All-Star Game photo and it would be all the guys and all their different jerseys. Well, apparently in one of them, there's a dude that's just some dude.
Like, who's that dude?
Yeah.
No clue.
He tried to sneak in and be a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader one time, but he's a man, and it was 1970, and they busted him. But I mean, something like that. But she never, like Mike says, was it some sort of protest? She never does anything. Like she never doesn't reveal a banner or it looks like if you had a girlfriend, a wife, or a mom that wasn't very athletic, that when you're out in the backyard and you tried to throw a bounce pass and she would kind of like scared of the ball. If you said, "Hey, we're going to go try to play tennis. Here's the tennis racket. I'm just going to hit some balls across the net to you, see if you can hit them back to me." That's what this looks like. And she's going against a professional tennis player.
Can you imagine even during warmups? Because you volley back and forth during warmups with your opponent, and that person who's ranked 1027th in the world has got to be going, "What are we doing here? What are we doing here?"
My first thought would be, "Am I getting sandbagged? Why is she hitting the ball like that? Why is she pretending like she can't hit the ball? What is happening?" I'd probably even go to like my coach or whoever was there with me and go, "What's happening?" When Tyler says the opponent knew immediately, you would know. Wait till immediately. Your first thought would probably be, "I think I'm being punked." It would be like if you got on the first tee box and some dude whipped out the driver and swung and missed. Or Happy Gilmore and swung, and you'd be like,
it's like, I don't want
to, I can't even find a parallel.
I mean, even when a walk-on gets into a college basketball game, you understand that he's not a player, but he's a player. I mean, he would start.
Great point. There's a difference between wide-eyed. That's a great point. When a walk-on gets on at the end of the game and the starters are still in for the other team, and you see that talent gap, right? That's a totally different thing than what this is. This isn't even pros versus Joes.
This is pros versus no's.
I wouldn't be surprised to find out if this lady didn't really know what she was signed up for. Thought that she was going to be thought she was going to thing at Smash Park to play in a pickleball tournament, and ended up against the 1000th ranked player in the world smoking serves at her.
Now, luckily, she didn't end up at center court at Melbourne, right? I mean, you could tell she was on some side court, which nobody was really paying attention to. But, oh, my God.
So anyway, that was what was cracking me up this morning. That was the Fark story. There you go. I've scratched your itch.
You can put that link in, I don't know if you can, into the chat, and people can go view it there.
Oh, yeah, I can figure out how to do that.
They can find it there.
On this computer. I also saw one about the Eagles fans facing backlash for what they did after the George Kittle injury. Kittle suffered.
They didn't mock him, did they?
Dude, it's freaking Philly.
It's Philly, where they have no heart. They
Kittle
have
had to be-
zero heart to their own.
Kittle had to be carted off the field, which drew a contentious reaction from the Eagles fans in attendance at Lincoln Financial Field. According to reporter David Lombardi of the San Francisco Standard, the home fans started singing goodbye as Kittle was carted off the field.
Like, na, 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 na. But, you know, well, if you're getting carted off, it's pretty darn serious.
They didn't throw batteries at him.
And the truth is, they probably didn't even know what the injury was. Right, you're like, okay, he's getting carted off, but you didn't know that he could be out for even parts of the upcoming season. Philly fans are just built different. Just built different.
Every time I think of Philly, I think of Chris Connolly. I don't know why. Chris is my connection to.
Is it the
Philly.
accent? Is it Chris's accent?
Does Chris have an accent?
Oh yeah, he's got a big East Coast accent. You don't hear it when you talk to Chris Conley when he's on with us in the morning. You don't hear that Philly accent coming out. I do.
No, Chris has a very distinct voice, but I guess I don't hear I guess I've never really heard that. See, when you say East Coast accent, I think of that New York, like, you know what I mean, the attitude thing.
And I think that's the difference with Chris, is that I hear the East Coast in him, but he's not an arrogant prick.
Everybody agrees. Everybody's like, yeah, he has an accent. It's cool. Yeah, he has an accent. Yeah, he's not. There's not the arrogance. Is that what Philly? Farther inland you get, it dulls, the arrogance gets washed away.
I think he's been here long enough to where he's like, okay, I've adapted. I have my accent, but I don't have the attitude.
See, and I always think, like, when I see a story like this, I imagine Chris in my head when we're face to face. He goes like, yeah, that's Philly. Yeah, like. Damn it. I wish it weren't the case, but yeah, I probably went to school with some of those guys. I feel that.
And if he moved back to Philly,
Chris.
He would fall back into Philly.
No, he wouldn't. No. Have you ever seen Good Will Hunting?
Oh, yeah.
He's their Matt
That was
Damon.
Boston.
Yeah, I know, but he's their Matt Damon. Like, when he comes back, his buddies are like, don't let him get into the slums. They're like, no, you're different. Anyway, Philly. It is listen, them singing goodbye to him. While uncouth, and I honestly, when I saw the headline, I was like, oh God, what were they? Oh God.
But then you read it and you go, oh, that's not bad.
I mean,
it's fans being fans.
How bad is it that we see Philly and we're like, oh no, what'd they do? Did they slash the tires of the ambulance on the way to the hospital?
And at the end of the day, with him out, it improves your chances of winning, though Philly did not win.
Yeah, in that competitive moment, I think you're right. You have no idea what the severity of the injury is, even though the guy is being carted off the field.
Did you ever do that sitting in the end zone at Iowa?
Dude, I did some dumb shit. I've done a lot of dumb things. That's why I try not to be super judgmental, because I've done a lot of dumb things.
Because a stadium is much like a church, meaning that you become wrapped up into the emotion, and it's also almost hypnotic, right? You go to a mega church where they've got the bass going and the presentation going. There's a reason you start going like this,
Travis. Power in numbers, group think, riot mentality, whatever you want to say, man. When you are with a group of people, something happens with the energy. It does for me. You're tuned up, man. You're tuned up. And I did some dumb things that you're trying to outsmart, and I think I'm super clever. I said a lot of dumb things. Did I ever boo or cheer for a guy that was hurt? I hope not. I don't think so. By the way, I think
Bill Blank
part of that,
I bet.
part of that was the accountability of those people around me, that group mentality. I don't remember any of my buddies ever doing it either. And I think that we would have frowned on somebody doing that. Like everybody in our section. If somebody would have cheered a guy being hurt, I think everybody in our group would have been like, hey.
But it's like when Mike Tomlin's walking off the field last night and everybody's chanting, fire Tomlin. Well, somebody started that, and then everybody starts. Yeah. It's like, well, he's saying it, I'm going to say it. Well, if he's saying I'm going to say it, before you know it, you've got thousands of people doing the same thing.
Yeah. Nail it.
Now, I mentioned Bill Blank's name. Bill, if you're listening this morning, 515-517-2303.
Are we going to do the proposal live on air?
I think we need to do the proposal live on air.
I haven't even prepared him for this. I was going to send him a text message that said, hey, man, I got to have a real serious conversation with you about the future.
We need you, Bill. We need you.
All right, let's see. I'll fire off the text message right now because we were texting back and forth pretty late. He sent me a video, by the way, of he bought a Jumbotron for his basement.
What do you mean a Jumbotron?
I mean a freaking Jumbotron, dude. He bought a Jumbotron for his basement. That he has a pool table with 4 televisions above it, set up like a scoreboard at an arena.
Oh, to be a single guy.
It's got quarter panels in it. The quarter panels are 4 different Tiger Hawks. It's freaking sweet.
See, I just put the YouTube on the multi-view, and I've got 4 screens. Now they're not big, but I can watch 4 things at the same time. So I look at it as I'm saving a little bit of money. But yeah, we need to ask Bill a couple questions.
All right, I just sent him a text. Somebody said, Irish Hawkeye said, those are only 27-inch screens. They are 27-inch TVs. Bill's basement isn't ginormous, first of all. I mean, it's got a pool table, and then he's got like a studio office.
And then he's working on a budget, too.
And he's working on a budget. Right. Right. Hoping the special goes well. Right. It's super cool. And Bill is he's so Hawk through and through. It's unreal.
It'd be interesting if he gets your text message this morning and he calls the show, because
he said he's joining us here. We'll see if I told him either join the link or give us a call. So he'll be hopping on soon. He might be on his way he might be on the road doing something.
But and we may recruit somebody on the chat, right? We need.
Well, I mean, Trav, we can decide how to do that. I'm okay with having this conversation on the air. Do we want to make sure that we want to spoil this, right? We want to have Bill join us before
we need an enforcer, right? Is Bill the enforcer? I guess I've never done this before. Okay, I'm going to give everybody a heads up. I was going to try to milk this until Bill hopped on with us. But Ross and I have been invited. It's like we've arrived, and we want to thank Can Play Iowa, but we feel like we've arrived. We've been invited to participate in the upcoming wheelchair basketball game. Now, this has been a staple in Ross's life for the last several years. I've never got to play. I probably could have, but it was just one of those things where you had a team, and I didn't need to come up and participate. But we have been invited to play in the Can Play wheelchair basketball game, meaning we have to field a team. And so, we're starting from zero. We've got Ross, who's the captain.
We're an expansion. We're an expansion franchise.
Yes.
We are the Colorado Rockies. We are the Arizona Diamondbacks, the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're the Carolina
Panthers.
Yeah. We're the Charlotte Bobcats. No. We're not the Charlotte Bobcats. We're not the Charlotte Bobcats.
And so
Bill doesn't have the link here from the other day. Unbelievable. Unfreaking.
But he can just call.
Oh, I almost wrote him the wrong number. Okay, got it right. I got it right. He's calling in now. So here's the situation. Okay, we got to build a squad, and Eli has played before. Eli would join our team again.
Well,
Eli's
and he knows how the game works, so I think it's important that we have Eli.
We're going to need some players,
and he's got a wingspan. He's got a wingspan that can help out tremendously.
Oh my gosh, Berger just nailed it, dude. Berger just nailed our sixth guy.
Oh,
Berger just nailed our sixth guy. Oh my gosh, Brett just threw in our sixth guy. We have to ask Justin to play.
Absolutely. But we can
Kluver?
have depth.
Oh, yeah,
right?
we need to have depth. I'm telling you, we need depth in this thing. And best case scenario, Travis, we get enough actual athletes that you don't have to play. And even better case scenario, we get enough athletes out there that you and I don't have to play. We could coach this so much.
Billy, what's up?
What's up?
Okay,
right.
I've got a question for you. Can you enter the transfer portal?
Oh, the portal's open. The portal's open. This is about tampering. This is all we are tampering now.
We are tampering right now. You've always been on Team KXNO.
Bill, here's my pitch, man. This game is about relationships, okay? And I hope I didn't want to do this live on the air. This was Travis's idea to do this live on the air. I was going to send you a text message and say, "Hey, man."
Take the people behind the curtain a little bit. I understand.
You know how this works.
This is like Hard Knocks for wheelchair basketball, right?
Yeah, this is it. That's a good way to look at this. This is Hard Knocks for wheelchair basketball. Yeah. People get to see into the GM's office here for a minute. All right, so Bale, here's the deal. They've reached out. They've offered us an expansion franchise, and we want to do something special.
You're our first pick, Bill. You're our first pick.
You're literally the first guy we're reaching out to say, I know the portal's open. We've got an available roster spot. Hope the relationship is more important than the opportunities, and we'd love to have you come be a part of the Rush wheelchair basketball team at the Can Play. So the opportunity is there, my friend.
It pays nothing.
Yeah. NIL. We need to build NIL.
I feel like, being the first pick, while it's an honor and everything, I feel like you suck at your job. I'm at the twilight of my career. I mean, this is like going and getting Larry Bird with your first pick for an expansion team when he can't walk anymore.
But Bill, it's more
sure?
than that. Yes, not sure. Confident, positive. There are way more words than sure. Okay, we're not. We need a facilitator. All right. We saw the highlight tape. We were looking at it last night in the draft room. We were going through the old highlight tape. This guy's a facilitator. All right. Once he figured out the rules, like year 3, year 4, Bill really started to hit his stride.
Yeah.
I do stuff the stat sheet. There's no doubt about that.
So,
but, man, I mean, you got to get a score. We got to, we're going to miss what's his name? God, I can't remember that guy's name, but he was money.
Sean's buddy was the MVP every year. Goes for like 40.
Yeah. He wore the same gray T-shirt every year.
Hey, it worked.
We're gonna if we can get Kluver to play, we're gonna put Kluver right on him.
We're gonna invite Kluver on Friday. We're gonna do the same thing to him. See, Kluver, that's gonna be a fresh recruit. But man, we could use the.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. Okay, I mean, I feel like I'm in a position to negotiate here.
No, not really, because there's nothing to negotiate. Right. You're either gonna play or you're not gonna play.
He's doing the hard sell.
No,
I'm gonna go hard sell on me.
Good cop, bad cop, Bill.
Do you want to start? We'll start. Yeah, I don't care about that. You get a starting position. If you want a Rush radio T-shirt, I'll order one for you.
Oh, we should get Rush jersey things.
Well, see, you guys gave me an idea because you just said you're going to get Kluver. So, did you guys see when when Dallas was recruiting Dion. Did you see that?
What'd they do there?
Well, Dion was in the office, and in comes Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin, and everybody comes in, right? So I'm thinking maybe you guys have Kluver in a room, and Kluver gets some double secret former Hawkeye football players on the team, and then maybe that draws me in.
You want
Don't
to
play hard to
leverage.
get.
You
You're
want to
not
leverage.
that good looking. You're not that good looking. Don't play hard to get. I made the comedian laugh. I feel like I've done something.
What level of Hawkeye are you looking for here? Are you looking for Chuck Long level? You wanting to meet a Tim Dwight, Tavian Banks? Are you looking for? Can we get you? I mean, what are you looking for?
Well, let's see. What years was Kluver there? What was Kluver's?
12 through 16, maybe
around there. Yeah, mid-teens.
12 through 16. So that's you can get some good names out of there. Like,
just give us a yes or a no. We need a commitment now, or we're moving on.
Wow.
Oh, that's great. You can't make me commit on the air. This has to go private.
Oh my God.
This guy
playing hard to get.
Thought the relationship would be enough.
Pitch, Well, Ross, I'll tell you what, our relationship is enough, but you see, you just can't get Travis to shut up long enough.
Listen, I can't help it that you wore a Nebraska hat during your promo shoot.
Bill, you just described.
I knew there was no way. There was no way I was ever going to get on the air with you, and you were not going to say that.
What did you? I missed it. What did you say? I'm sorry, Travis.
He wore a Nebraska hat for his promo shoot.
He did not. I was at North High the other day, right there by Bill Blank's Hall of Fame picture. Had no idea that I thought, but
Bill, I'm going to let you know something. Ross wants you. I want you. I do. I really want you to be part of this team. But if we can't get a commitment right now, we're gonna. I'm gonna have to be like Lane Kiffin and move on to the next guy. Can we have a commitment? I mean,
you've got to.
I'm actually wearing North High green right now. I'm wearing North High green for you right now to show my love and compassion and my want.
You've got to give me at least 2 hours.
Okay, we'll give you 2 hours.
Because I got some other promo to do for the special, and I probably better make sure I can get that done before I make any type of commitments.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, February 21st is the date. So look at your schedule. Make sure you're not playing someplace. But
yes, I will.
All right, give us. We'll give you 2 hours.
The worm will likely be around the round mound, a wheelchair rebound, whatever you want to call me. I will.
Might call you late. Might call you late to the party. We might call you late to the party if the roster fills up. Just so you know.
Oh, that's great.
All right, Billy boy. We'll get you're on the clock. 2 hours.
Guys.
Love you, brother.
All right, love you.
I brought the guy to the damn party.
And you can bring Willie along to talk smack on the sidelines to the other team. Just heckle.
He had a chance to be my Renee Zellweger. I got up and I said, "Who's coming with me?" I got my little goldfish. Who's coming with me? He could have been my Renee Zellweger right there. He could have just got up and said, "I'm coming with you, Ross." And instead he went full Jay Moore.
And I guarantee he doesn't like Jay Moore. Jay Moore rips off other people's jokes. You just compared him to a comedy thief.
We'll see how these next 2 hours go, but I'll tell you this. A pencil just went through a name.
Hey, folks, join the frenzy with the Iowa Lottery. You can win Iowa Wolves courtside seats or a VIP experience with the Minnesota Timberwolves, including watching warm-ups courtside in Minneapolis, plus $1,000 cash and a night in Minneapolis. This promotion from the Iowa Lottery is open to entries now. So non-winning Cash Frenzy scratch tickets can be entered into your Iowa Lottery VIP club account for a chance to win. The first entry period is going on right now, goes through January 26th. Courtside seats to an Iowa Wolves game or a VIP Lotto Zone courtside experience at the Iowa Wolves is available. All entries not selected as winners will go into the grand prize drawing for the Timberwolves VIP weekend package. Check it out at iowalottery.com/VIP for details. And if you're not a VIP club member, you can sign up for free right there. It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
This is Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
More Iowa in the Iowa Tap Room than you may realize. Housed in a building nearly as old as Iowa itself, the Iowa Tap Room greets you with a harvest of 120 Iowa craft beers on tap from all corners of the state. And the food doesn't get much more Iowa than this. The Iowa Tap Room, all Iowa beer, one amazing place.
There's always something new at Fong's Pizza and an ever-changing menu of tiki drinks. Or try our new noodle dishes alongside your favorite slice. It's all happening at the new Fong's in the East Village.
Thinking about buying a home? Get pre-approved in 30 minutes with Gary Presnell at Northwest Bank in Des Moines. Gary offers first-time home buyers programs, VA, FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Start spreading the news, cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
New year, new lease on life, or on a new Nissan Kicks. Right now, we have a $299 per month lease on our 2026 Kicks SB. Also, take advantage of 0% financing on our 2026 Rogues and Muranos and our remaining 2025 Pathfinders. And we are thrilled to have the all-new 2026 Nissan Sentra on our lot. This sporty compact sedan is ready to carry you through the new year in style. For more information, stop into our showroom or visit us online at willisnissan.com.
For the holidays, bring real taste to the table with Gold Peak Real Brewed Tea. Made with real tea leaves and real cane sugar, Gold Peak delivers a golden, brewed for taste flavor that makes every moment more meaningful. Whether you're gathering with family or friends, celebrate the moments that matter the most, because real connections deserve real refreshment. For your upcoming holiday celebrations, choose Gold Peak Tea and bring real taste to the table.
Like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Buying a car is one thing, keeping it running is another. That's where Willis Automotive really separates itself. Their service department is top-notch. They take care of you long after you drive off the lot. New or used, sales or service, start at willisauto.com. That's willisauto.com, and Willis Automotive proudly powers The Rush Radio Show. I'm Travis Justice. He's Ross Peterson. 515-517-2303 if you want to call into the show. If you're listening on the audio stream this morning at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like, and, of course, leave your comments in the comments section. What are you thinking there, Ross?
I think we're going to land him. I think things are looking good.
Was he just playing hard to get? Was he playing hard to get?
I think we caught him off guard there. You know, it's a tough decision to make a life change like that. It's a really tough decision. You've committed years to one franchise, and now all of a sudden, out of the blue, these opportunities start flying at you. I think it's smart to say, boy, you came in with the pressure. The ultimatum. You came in quick, trying to close the deal there. Good cop, bad cop. I like the way we played this.
Now, if we didn't have a previous relationship, I would have taken a different approach, but there's a relationship there. And, you know, you play nice, and then by the end of it, you're like, hey, I need a commitment. You don't think Jimmy Rogers is doing that to guys? Hey, you know, by the time you come up for a visit, you're like, hey, we need a commitment. We need a commitment, or we're going to move on.
We're gonna have some fun. I promise that. Justin will be good. I feel like Justin played with us one year and dunked and broke the rim. We're going to have to ask him about that. I'm pretty sure, because I remember now. I'm remembering it. It all just came back to me.
How did he dunk in wheelchair basketball? I'm just curious about that.
Rims were low enough, and Justin's tall. Justin's long. But I remember...
We need big torso guys.
I hope this is how this went down. This is how I remember it. I was sitting next to Megan. I was on the sideline. Justin's out on the court. Justin gets a breakaway. We're not supposed to dunk. But Justin had a breakaway, and I yelled as loud as I could.
Dunk it.
Dunk it!
I think the harder one to get is going to be Kluver. I really do. I think Kluver is going to be a tough sell. We got to recruit Kluver. We got to go with a different approach with Kluver than we did
Does the Kluver approach happen with a text message? Are we better off saying, hey, Tyler, we got an idea? Or see, I think Kluver's going to be more receptive. He's never played. I think Kluver would be more receptive to it. Got to use the charity angle too.
Yeah.
Okay. We got to say, hey, listen, we do this. We got this great partnership with this wonderful organization called Can Play. They do this awesome fundraiser every year. It's a lot of fun. It's a good workout. That'll sell him.
Hold on. It's a good workout? No, I'm going to have to coach.
Oh, shit. I forgot to.
Okay, guys, we're running a 1-3-1 zone, and don't let anybody in. I didn't know I was going to, be out of breath. But see, that's where Kluve comes in. He's got the cardiovascular. You've been
dude. I will warn anybody that goes. That's the point of it, is to show people how difficult it actually is to get around. And these chairs are designed to move. They have some of them.
Well,
have the
hold on
wheels.
A second. I didn't tell you what I'm doing. I've called Willis Automotive, and I'm working on custom-made Cadillac or Land Rover wheelchairs. We're going to come out with defenders of wheelchairs. Jason Willis is on this for us. I'm kidding, of course, but that would be really cool. Come out like, we're a NASCAR team. We got Willis slapped all over the place.
Cadillac wheelchairs.
That would be awesome. Oh, we forgot to tell you, ours are motorized. We got the EV versions. Forgot to tell you that.
I think Dusty's got a fun mental image as well. I think of how disappointed Kluve is going to be when you get winded after like 30 seconds.
I need a break. Somebody want to take me out, please?
Justin said not only is the memory correct, Megan still has the video. If Justin sends you the video, can you play it on the? We can play that on the show, right?
Yeah.
Send that video to. Oh, he did. He sent it. You're on that. He just sent the video. It's a fun time. I would encourage anybody, put a team together and go out and sign up. You get a couple of games. It's not like you're going to be like, oh my God, that was like a, what's the workouts that Kluver does? The competition thing.
Well, he does the CrossFit.
It's not a CrossFit workout. It's not. You're going to get out of it and go, oh man, wow. It really burns your shoulders and arms after a while, doesn't it? But that was fun.
Did he email or text the video?
Text the video. Do you need it on email?
Yeah. I can't play it from my phone.
Okay.
That's not hooked up.
All right. Well, then we'll figure that out. But anyway.
What if Cooper DeJean is available? I wonder if Kluver can get Cooper DeJean for us. I mean, if we can stack this team, we're going to do it. It's an all-out recruitment.
We can't afford Cooper. We can't afford Caitlin Clark. But if you could put together an all-star Iowa native wheelchair basketball team.
Well, we need some shooters, right? Need some shooters.
I think Caitlin Clark covers that.
Either that or we go get Kyle Korver.
Oh, I like Kyle Korver. There's an idea. Yeah.
We go get Kyle Korver and say, Kyle, all you have to do is shoot sitting down from long range. That Korver would work. I mean, do we have Bill Blank recruit Hurl Beecham for us?
Hurl Beecham would be a great one.
Yeah.
Dusty says, imagine the headline. All-pro safety breaks hand in wheelchair basketball game. Philly fans would understand.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, Korver's a great call.
I mean, does Rafe LaFrance want to play with us? They didn't have to go to school at Iowa State. You said Iowa native, so
I'm native.
Going,
I think Iowa native is and isn't Rafe's back, right? His kid's playing for.
So yeah, I think we go get Rafe LaFrance.
Like it,
yeah.
And then you
connections everywhere. We're really trying to make it so at least I don't have to play. I just have to coach.
First goal.
Because Ross is worried about me. Ross is like, you've never played the game before. I don't know if you can handle the pressure. Yeah. I don't know what your skill level is.
Listen, I've seen people go out there the first time. The pressure gets too much. Remember how bad Mark Gronowski was those opening games?
Yeah.
It takes
a couple. Got better.
Does, you do get better. We don't have that time. We need to be good out the gate. Okay?
I think he just sent the video.
All right. If you can get that up and play it, this is the video. Because here's the deal. For years, when they were at the old location for Can Play, and maybe, some people remember it was called Courage League, and they had Courage on the Court. This is the same organization. They just rebranded to Can Play, and this is now one of their big fundraisers. But it used to be in their old building when they were kind of restricted by space. They actually had a slam dunk competition. That was fun. Sean and I went to the finals of it one year. It was a great time. Then when they moved into the big arena, the first couple years that they were in the big gym out there at the Sportsplex West complex, that's where this event is held. When they brought the rims down, they had to like attach these other things to get the rims low enough. And I'm pretty sure they told us beforehand, don't dunk.
Don't dunk.
I'm pretty sure they told us that beforehand, and then I told Justin to dunk, and he did. I don't remember. Again, in my brain, he the rim then was unsettled. You know what I mean? They had to go and set it back up, and well, I don't know.
Okay, let me take this off. Let me put this in. Hold on,
this is it.
Where is it at? Okay, there it is.
Look at you. Now you can play that.
Okay, this is.
Oh, you can't hear. But yeah. See how he broke the rim.
Did you hear the audio there?
That's little Eli standing there too. I couldn't hear the audio at all on that. No.
All right. So let me So the audio's
that's
off.
good. So for those that, yeah. Oh,
So
darn,
there's
the audio's off.
Oh, Justin.
Yeah, Justin throws down. That's there you go. That's what you're getting into. That's what wheelchair basketball is going to look like.
The hoops are pretty low.
Justin says it was the first rule and it was repeated multiple times.
Now, they said don't play KCCI's Alex Sachs. She's an assassin.
Dude, Alex is awesome.
Now, she's a former soccer player, right?
Hey, Jack just wrote to me and said they could hear the audio. I couldn't hear anything on that. Wild. Well, glad you guys
to mute
it. Alex is fantastic. She's super competitive. She's really fun. She played college soccer, I feel like, in one of my conversations with her. I think she told me that she was
Drake.
Oh, did she play Drake? I didn't know that. She's an athlete. You can see it, and she's competitive and fun. I always like playing KCCI. And then Scott Reister is, when they say the word gentleman, it's Scott Reister. He is such a nice man. And so it's always fun to be around Reister and that KCCI crew. That's just a great group of dudes. Sadeko, I played against him as well. It's fun. It is a fun tournament. Last year I played with Brooks. Brooksy invited me to be a part of his bacon boat team last year.
Okay.
So that was fun, obviously.
But I feel it's taken a year, and our 1 year anniversary is coming up on the 27th of January, but it's taken a year, but we finally arrived because we've been invited to play.
This feels good.
In the wheelchair basketball game, which is awesome. You know, Ross went down the rabbit hole of tennis because I'm going to save Iowa State till 7:30 because Iowa State's got a big game tonight, and we're going to talk about it. But Ross went down another rabbit hole yesterday. I could tell he was just death scrolling all day long because he sends me a conspiracy theory, which turns out maybe not to be a conspiracy theory, about McDonald's ice cream. This is where he was going yesterday, folks. Ross was going down the rabbit hole of McDonald's ice cream.
I couldn't remember which one I sent you. So many.
Yeah, it was the McDonald's ice cream machine and why it's always broken.
I thought maybe because remember we ended the show yesterday talking about the 49ers conspiracy theory. And I thought maybe that's where you were going with this. But yeah, the McDonald's, wow, what a veer. You didn't have that on the rundown today.
I did. Well, it's in the notes that if we were to get to it, I'm like, okay, we could start Iowa State now, but at the end of the day, we're going to talk much more than 4 minutes about Iowa State. So I said, well, we'll just save it till 7:30.
So a lot of people are probably aware of this but this has been news for a little bit. But remember when we were kids and we were growing up, the last 20 years, there was always these running jokes about how the ice cream machines at McDonald's are always broken. And then several years ago, one of these internet journalist guys did a piece on it and was like, hey, it turns out there's some real truth behind the fact that these machines are always down and they constantly require maintenance. So this company created a little device, this third tier company.
Think about it going to like a car shop and they plug your car in to see what the codes are.
There you go. Thank you, Travis. Yes. They plug it in, and then the machine says, here's what's wrong and here's what needs to be fixed. Well, this guy created a device that you could plug into the McDonald's ice cream machines, and it would fix the problems. It would diagnose stuff that was wrong in the code. Well, they also discovered when they were creating this device that the machines were designed to break down.
Because why?
Because the companies, the franchisees, were required to buy the ice cream machines from a very certain company. And then when you bought that machine, it had to be serviced by that same company. And the majority of this company's profits were not coming from selling the machines. It was coming from repairs and maintenance. So they were designing code to make the machines obsolete and not work, requiring more maintenance and repair. And like $100
million a year in maintenance cost.
In a huge lawsuit, all of this stuff came out it came out publicly and in discovery that the McDonald's franchisees have been really taken advantage of.
What was the movie where they stole the wipers? Remember, I think Russell Crowe was, or somebody developed the intermittent. No, it was Greg Kinnear was in that. the intermittent windshield wiper, and he presented it to Ford, and they're like, no, and then they took his patent and basically stole it. This was one of those, they were going behind the scenes to try to get this technology using private investigators, using franchisees.
Corporate espionage is what happened.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's a really crazy story.
Kind of fun to watch, actually.
Yeah.
So, all right, folks. When we come back, we're going to talk Iowa State. They are now tied for their highest ranking in school history. Number 2 in the Associated Press poll. Number 2 in the coaches poll. They put that ranking on the line tonight at Kansas, a place where they've lost 7 straight games. Allen Fieldhouse. Cyclones, Jayhawks preview when we come back on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. For the holidays, bring real taste to the table with Gold Peak Real Brewed Tea. Made with real tea leaves and real cane sugar, Gold Peak delivers a golden, brewed for taste flavor that makes every moment more meaningful. Whether you're gathering with family or friends, celebrate the moments that matter the most, because real connections deserve real refreshment. For your upcoming holiday celebrations, choose Gold Peak Tea and bring real taste to the table.
This is Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
Oh, did see you there. Happy New Year for myself and everyone else over here at Land Rover Des Moines. My personal New Year's resolution is to take better care of my car, and that starts with an oil change. Come on down for $25 off your service. You can give us a call or schedule online at LandRoverDesMoines.com.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
Hi, it's Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. Are you on the verge of taking that next big step in your relationship? Our latest collection of engagement rings is here to make your moment even more memorable. From stunning classics to modern designs, each ring is meticulously crafted to symbolize your unique love story. Looking for something truly one of a kind? Explore our custom engagement ring options and let us bring your vision to life. Visit our showroom in Ankeny and let's start creating the ring of your dreams together. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
The largest selection of German beer in the world? You'll find it at the Hessen House. From Doppelbocks to Oktoberfest to Hefeweizens and Dunkels, there's no passport needed for the deliciously different beer and food at the Hessen House. So grab your friends and make it a fun night out. The Hessen House, 4th and Court, Des Moines.
Hi, I'm Tom, owner of Central City Liquors. Our customers love us because we offer a large selection at an affordable price. And to keep costs low for you, we don't splurge on fancy promotions and expensive equipment. This commercial is being shot on a phone taped to a stick. Anyway, we are proud to announce our new rewards program that allows customers to save more the more they buy. So don't spend more to pay for fancy commercials. Save at Central City, where we know what's important. I told you we should have used duct tape.
Happy New Year for myself and everyone else over here at Willis Volvo. My New Year's resolution this year is to take better care of my car, and that starts with an oil change. You can come on down for $25 off your service. Visit us online at willisvolvocars.com or give us a call to get scheduled.
Back like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
515-517-2303 is the number to call if you want to have a conversation with us. It's going to be another late night. If you watched the NFL game last night, you were up late. Iowa and Kansas tip off tonight at 8 o'clock. So it's going to be another late game.
Iowa State and Kansas.
What did I say, Iowa?
I said Iowa. I think
Did
you said
I was.
Maybe
I thought I said Iowa State.
I don't know. Whatever. Either way, Iowa State, Kansas tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Iowa State's now up to number 2 in the Associated Press poll. It's up to number 2 in the coaches poll, bringing the Cyclones to their highest ranking ever. They had the same ranking last year. We talked about it after their previous win. This is a team to be reckoned with. But and Kansas is not the Kansas of old. But you're still playing at Allen Fieldhouse. My son used to go to school at KU. I didn't get the whole Fog Allen thing, Ross, until I went to a game there, and you're like, oh, I get it now. I get how people talk about Hilton Magic. Because Kansas has been so dominant over history, you just think, well, they're a blue blood program, but you go, oh, what Hilton Magic is, there's a reason there's a sign that says beware the fog when you walk into Allen Fieldhouse, because we talked about that religious experience before when you're in big crowds. I've watched crowds at Allen when KU was behind literally will that team back to victory.
I love the comparison to Hilton Magic, Trav. There's something about that belief and everybody's got a confidence that you are Kansas at home. And there's just generations of it. It takes a special mentality. We talk about Signetti a lot, and I know he's the darling of all sports media right now, but man, that thing when they came to him and they were like, this history of Indiana and Ohio State, how did you guys in the locker room? And his response was, these guys have never played. These guys
you're
have
not
never
part of
played.
that history.
Never part of that history. And not that. Listen, it's not like TJ Otzelberger needs to run away from the Cyclones' history at KU by any stretch. It's a tough place, but I think that's got to be part of the attitude. It's like, listen, all that stuff, those are ghosts. Those are ghosts. Don't let it into your head. And
this will be Taman Lipsey's last opportunity to get a win at Allen Fieldhouse.
That's a good way to look at it.
And against
it could be a lot of these guys' last time to get.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. It is. Lipsey hasn't been great against Kansas. I think over the course of his career, he's averaged 9 points a game against KU. T.J. Otzelberger is 3-6 against the Jayhawks. Iowa State hasn't won at Allen Fieldhouse since 2017. And, I mean, that just shows you how – and Iowa State's had really good teams.
Really good teams during that stretch. And Kansas hasn't been dominant. Kansas hasn't been, those world beaters that we can remember from Kansas being for a long time, even under himself. Elliot writes this in. And Elliot's a huge Cyclone fan, okay? Elliot travels to Cyclone games, guys, so this isn't a knock. Says, I went for the first time last year. I thought there's no way it's, quote, better than Hilton. I was wrong. The mystique is fascinating.
It really is. And I remember when Owen did his campus visit there, I walked in there, I'm like, this is it? It's literally like a barn and a really large high school gym. And then all the people start flooding in, and you're like, okay, I get it. And then the game starts, and you're like, this is different. And you hear Jay Willis and those guys on ESPN talk about, Cameron Indoor Arena with Duke and Fog Allen. It's just different. And it becomes mesmerizing. And you can literally see when a team starts breaking down that it's not the team you're playing against. It is the sixth man on the court, which is 15,500 people.
Cyclone fans know it well.
Yes.
On both ends. On both ends. Watching it on TV in Kansas and being in the arena at Hilton. You ever been in Hilton for like one of those size house of trivias or anything like that?
I have.
Dude, it's such a great example of like when you walk into an empty arena. Those places,
just an arena.
It's just concrete.
Yeah, just a big building.
And then you walk in 2 nights later, and it's buzzing. The place is alive. You're like, what the? Kinnick is that way. Whenever we have these conversations, man, I think of those moments of turning that corner right there on the northwest corner of Kinnick. Oh, dude, I love that feeling. Get a glimpse through the corner of the stadium. You see and it's magnetic. So you got to go in tonight and shake that off and figure out how to get past all that stuff and convince yourself that it's all ghosts and goblins.
It's not real. Yeah, ghosts and goblins.
It's not real. We've
yeah.
never been a part of that. And if you're TJ, you go through the steps of it. You say, guy, listen, there will be important possessions. When this place gets loud, we slow down or go like hell because you got a team that can do that. Again, there's so many weapons on this Cyclone team.
Yeah, Iowa State is a better team than Kansas.
Yeah.
Kansas has lost 2 of its last 3. Now, I'm not saying Kansas isn't going to win tonight. I mean, betting against Kansas at home is not a smart thing to do. It's just not. It's one of those where I'm going to sit this one out. Yeah. I know Iowa State can win.
Great way to put it.
I'm just going to sit this one out. I'm going to sit and watch the game. Iowa State is a better team than Kansas. Yeah. Not saying that Iowa State can't be beat because TJ's never. He's 3-6. He's never won at Allen Fieldhouse. Kansas has lost 2 of its last 3 games. They're 1-2 in the Big 12. You got a team that's pissed off, right? I mean, you got a team that's fired up. And
it's funny. I have that same reaction. I don't hear that and go, "Oh, it's a team against the ropes." I hear that and I go, "Ugh." Now they're angry.
Yeah.
Not that Iowa State. I'm with you. My buddy Ryan Grove, who listens to our show, a huge Cyclone fan. I think I'm going to screw this up, but in our text group the other day, one of the guys was asking about this. Said, "Hey, this game is like a 4.5 point spread. Man, it feels like the Cyclones are more than a 4.5 point favorite against this team." And Grove wrote back the perfect thing. He said, "Oh, they are. The Iowa State should be a 15 point favorite. This is Kansas. This is at Kansas."
That's how much home court means.
Like, "Are you betting it?" And everybody in there was like, "I'm staying away. I don't like this game because of all of those other reasons, because of those ghosts."
By the way, you're a smart bettor if you stay away. That means you have control, meaning, you know what? I don't need to be in on this game. I'm just going to sit back and watch it. Now, a lot of Kansas' success tonight will depend on the health of Darren Peterson. Darren Peterson is one of the highest recruits ever in Kansas history. Think about that. Of all the players that have come through Kansas basketball, he's one of the highest ranked players ever to step foot in a Jayhawk uniform. He's missed 9 games this year. You've had parents that have been involved who want him to sit out until he's 100%. Then you have agents get involved and say, "Hey, I want him on limited minutes." He played 31 minutes in the last game. Darren Peterson is a player. He's a McDonald's All-American. He was the preseason Big 12 Freshman of the Year. Most likely going to be a one-and-doner. If he's 100% healthy, he's a difference maker. He makes everybody else on the court around him. Unfortunately, Kansas hasn't had him on the court a lot. He's missed 9 games. They got a hell of a point guard, too, that Lipsey's going to have to go up against. That is going to be, I think, averages 14 points, 9 assists a game. You're going to have a point guard showdown tonight. So anything can happen. You put this on a neutral field. I'm taking Iowa State, probably a neutral court. I'm taking Iowa State the majority of the time. You just put it in Fog Allen, and my reaction changes a little bit. I'm going,
Yeah, I think that's a lot of people's thoughts on it.
I saw it in the chat earlier. I don't know who put it. Said, Kansas fans ready to give up on Bill Self. That's dumb. Bill Self but this is a what have you done for me lately?
The epitome of that expectation conversation. Yes. I could see that.
Well, he has a lifetime contract. You really can't get rid of Bill Self. Now,
he also
Bill
has
Self,
9 lives.
He does have 9 lives. And in the real sense, his heart is not a good ticker. Not a good ticker at all.
Oh,
is that what you're talking about?
No, I meant his career-wise. I mean, the fact that this guy has he's dodged career-ending bullets a couple of times.
The funny thing is, he's a bad cheater when you can legally cheat. He was a great cheater when it was illegal.
Right. The great way to put it.
I think we're saying this with SEC football. That the number of schools that actually played by the rules and did not take the shortcut. And all of a sudden you go, "Oh, you can pay players? You have money? Where'd these guys come up with money at?" Maybe it's not as free-flowing as we thought at these major institutions that were good for a long time. I mean, the Adidas basketball scandal, Bill Self was in the middle of that. And
he
came out of that. He came out smelling like a rose with a lifetime contract. But despite that, he's still a pretty darn good basketball coach.
He's a great basketball coach. There's no doubting that. No debating that. But I did do. So you said that Peterson is the
one of the highest.
Yeah. So I just thought that would be a fun thing. So I just Googled best Kansas recruits of all time in basketball, and 24/7 actually has a ranking. Travis, there's a reason you and I say it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Recruiting stars don't matter. Being great in basketball in high school doesn't mean crap. Being great in high school in football might get you great. You got to perform, and you got to take advantage of those opportunities. They 3 times have had the nation's #1 player in the country, and that was Andrew Wiggins, Josh Jackson, and Darren Peterson. All 3 of those kids were the #1 player in the country when they showed up.
All 3 turned out to be pretty good players.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Wiggins and Jackson have. We wait and see, right? Trav, after that, let me give you some of these names. Oh, this is such a fun. Cliff Alexander, David Padgett, Xavier Henry, Chick Diallo, Kelly Oubre, Quentin Grimes, Julian Wright, Flory Badunga, Talon Kinney, Wayne Selden. There's a name. Grady Dick is in there. These are all guys that were top 20 in the nation when they showed up at Joel Embiid, Mario Chalmers. What fun names.
But a number of them didn't live up to that top 20.
Most of those didn't.
Yeah.
Live up to that hype of being a top 5 guy in the country or something like that.
There are no guarantees.
I like that. I'm glad you said that because that made me pull that up. Wiggins and Jackson. Wonder where. Anyway, now my brain's going different places. I wonder what Harrison Barnes was ranked in the nation when he went to North Carolina. Was he the #1 player in the country?
He might have been like, I think he was top 5.
Right there, right? Yeah,
top 5. He was one of the most sought after recruits out there. Yeah. I mean, Iowa State obviously, but Carolina, Duke.
Tom writes. Tom says he thinks he was #1 as well. So I think I'm pretty sure he was. But cool. That was fun to see those names. I saw a fun one the other day, Trav, where Baseball Reference posted this map of the top searched player in 2025 in each state. Which Baseball Reference page was most visited throughout the year? Okay.
In the state of Iowa?
Across the country. They had the entire U.S. map up, and you could go and look at each state and see which player was the most searched at each state, okay?
I'm going to say Shohei Ohtani was on the majority of those states.
Yeah, it was. He was the majority of them. It was a lot of boy. Who was the other guy? It was
Bryce Harper one of them?
A lot of Clayton Kershaw because it was his last year, so you got a lot of people looking up Clayton Kershaw. Had a lot of Shohei Ohtani. There were a few outliers out there. There are a few things that kind of jumped out. And man, I'm looking right now to try to find the map. I think I found it here. The #1 player in Iowa, Travis, it was Kyle Farnsworth.
Really?
It was Kyle Farnsworth in the state of Iowa, who hasn't played Major League Baseball in a decade. All right.
What were you doing on Baseball Reference all that time?
Yeah, right. Here's the thing. A guy, if on this Reddit thread, a dude posted and said, "Hey, guys, my dad is the reason Kyle Farnsworth is the #1 search thing in Baseball Reference." Have you heard of the Immaculate Grid, Trav?
I have not.
It's for baseball nerds, for baseball junkies. It's this thing you can fill out every day. It looks like a tic-tac-toe bracket, And then there's 9 different classic baseball players that you have to guess based on the things that are there. You know what I mean? It's kind of a weird thing to try to describe, but it's fun for baseball geeks. Well, this dude on Reddit says, my dad plays Immaculate Grid every day. And his homepage is the Kyle Farnsworth baseball reference page. So every time he opens up his browser, it's a new click on the Kyle Farnsworth baseball reference page. And his dad then launches whatever he's looking for from that window. I thought that was funny.
Kyle Farnsworth. Name I haven't heard in a while. That was number 1 in Iowa thanks to some guy.
Remember when he beat the shit out of the Reds player? Paul Wilson. Paul Wilson. He was a pitcher for the Reds. Farnsworth threw at him, and Paul Wilson tried to buck up at him, and Farnsworth charged the plate and speared him like Bill Goldberg. Farnsworth was a bad dude, man.
You see where Brooks Koepka is going back to the PGA Tour?
Did see this?
And now the PGA has opened the door basically in the returning players program, which has opened the door for Bryson DeChambeau, John Rahm, and Cam Smith to come back. They're saying it's a one-time offer. Now, it's going to cost him some money. Koepka gets to come back. He has to play in a minimum of 15 co-sponsored events. He can play in the majors because he's won and has the exemption. He has to donate $5 million to charity and sit out 5 years in the basically revenue sharing program that could cost him $50 to $85 million. And he said now he's 35 years old, so I don't know if he would hit those metrics or not. Listen, I'm going to bet on a losing horse every single time, just because I am. I wanted LIV to succeed. It hasn't. And if DeChambeau, Smith, and Rahm all leave and take advantage of this, LIV is done. Phil Mickelson can't carry it anymore. There's not enough other big-name golfers to carry that league. This will be an ESPN 30 for 30. And the reason LIV hasn't grown is a number of things. They've waited too long to go to 72-hole tournaments. They're going to do it this year. Once they knew they couldn't get golf points to make your guys competitive, they should have gone to 72 holes right away. I didn't mind the 54-hole tournament format, but those guys want to play in the majors. And they were told, well, you can't get golf points because you're not playing 72 holes. And your field is capped at, so many players. Koepka was the first to win 5 tournaments on the LIV Tour. The idea of LIV was a noble one. And I'll still say that they at least got the PGA Tour to look at itself and say, hey, we're not perfect, and we need to make changes. But I bet on the losing horse, and I'm going to do it every single time. I like the underdog story. But if Rahm, DeChambeau, and Smith all bolt, now I don't know if they can contractually, and what that looks like, it's the end of LIV Golf. And this is
go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, instead of being pissed off at the beginning, if the PGA Tour just would have taken this approach from day one, it might have happened sooner. Right? It might have been, okay, hey, you guys can go, and then you throw it, and don't badmouth them. Don't do all this stuff. You go do your thing.
Yeah. And maybe. When you say it's the end of LIV Golf, I would agree that it's the end of us giving a crap about LIV Golf. I never watched a LIV event, never once.
I didn't mind it. It was different. I like things that are a little bit different. I mean, I didn't mind the music playing. I didn't mind the party atmosphere. I'm one of the few
fun to me.
I actually like the team atmosphere. Okay. It adds, but I get why purists don't. But you need big names, and Phil Mickelson was a big name to start.
He's not anymore.
He's not anymore. Brooks Koepka at 35. Yeah, but Bryson DeChambeau is the most popular golfer in the world right now.
Yep. And he's 30-something, early 30s, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's making a lot of money on YouTube. I guarantee you that. So it's going to be Bryson, and none of these guys need the money. Don't kid yourself. None of these guys need the money. But if Bryson DeChambeau bolts, that's a huge, huge hit for LIV.
Huge hit. Yes, I agree with that. It's billions of dollars. It's not the end of LIV. LIV will exist. LIV will be out there. As long as they want it to exist. Yep, as long as they want it to exist. They don't. It was, I mean, getting their name out there and getting that, you had to get some star power in order for us to be talking about LIV in the middle of Iowa. I never once watched an event, Travis. It never moved the needle enough for me to go out of my way to go seek it out. The only disappointing part of it to me is this realization that just like NASCAR, it's just business, and it's not really about getting the best competitors to find out who the best golfer is. It's about who can jump through all of our little hoops, who can follow all of our little rules. And if you don't want to play by our rules or do anything, then you don't get to, we get to take our ball and go home. I don't like that part of it, but that's a lot of sports.
LIV did expose on how much the PGA Tour had a thumb on and from social media to rights, everything like
just
it exposed
control
a lot of
over
flaws.
the players.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, it is this realization that NASCAR is not what I thought NASCAR is. The UFC is not what a lot of people think the UFC is. These are privately owned organizations. It's not a competition. It's not a free, open, fair competition. Now, the PGA, they have their open events, right, where you can go and you can play in a qualifier and you can earn your way through and you can do that. That's cool. That once you find out that it's like, well, it's a good old boys club, and we lock the door real tight behind us once we get inside.
We're going to protect that brand because it's our brand.
Yep. I thought it was about finding the best golfers.
No.
About making that money, baby. Straight cash, homie.
What up, Justin, the dunker, the rim breaker?
I'm so happy Meg still had that video.
Red rocking. That was great.
I wish
heard it.
Dude, I texted it to you guys. You're going to have to listen to it, Ross, because at the very end of the video, you can hear you going, "Oh my God, he dunked it." It was repeated multiple times. Like, guys, don't dunk on these. They're very unstable.
Right. My other favorite memory at the old building that when Can Play was doing that, when they were Courage League and it was Courage on the Court, we're playing against TV 13. Eli's like 9. He's a little kid. And Dave Price, I love Dave, okay? Dave swats Eli's shot. Eli's going he's a 9-year-old. And he goes to shoot it, and Dave Price like throws it against the wall. Wham! And I went, and it's a tiny little gym, and as loud as I could, I yelled, "Dave Price just swatted a child! Dave Price from TV 13 just blocked a child shot!" Dave was like, "Shut up."
That's competitive juices. If you're going to get on the court with big boys, you're going to have to play like a big boy.
I just want to say, like, I know I broke the rule, but we were down. We needed that.
We needed the momentum.
It's like when a coach. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Did you end up winning the game?
rule.
I'm sure we did. Nobody remembers the outcome, Travis. It's if you had fun.
I do remember. Well, so that was our first year. So no, we didn't win the game. But do you remember the last 2 years we were there, Ross? We went on a winning streak where we won the trophy like 2 years in a row.
Oh, yeah.
Or was it 3? Because then we got when we won at 3, we got the huge trophy.
Yeah. Yep. I feel like I feel like Robert Kraft. I built a franchise. I built a dynasty over there.
Well, it's time to carry it on.
That's right.
Bill Blank has an hour to make up his mind.
He's made up his mind. He's made up his mind. We've received confirmation one way or the other. I'll tell you when we get off the air. I don't want to get your...
Justin, are you on the team? Are you committed? Okay, he's committed. Yeah. Justin's committed. Okay, we got to find a couple more. We got to ask Kluver on Friday.
And really, that would we might be on a
Well,
at a
Eli's
full
like
roster.
8 feet tall now. So
Well, he's not quite as tall as you, Justin. And remember, he's a wrestler. So
he's going to get physical in the paint, is what I hear.
Well, we know how that's going to go. Did we screw up anything today?
No.
Good,
The
good.
one thing was the Steelers quarterback. I was going
Neil
to correct
O'Donnell.
it, but you got that one right.
Yeah,
I do
true.
have some fun stats, though, if
All right.
you have time for that. Harrison Barnes was the number 1 recruit in the country in 2010. The top 3 was loaded that year. You had Harrison Barnes number 1, Kyrie Irving number 2, and Jared Solinger number 3.
Wow. Those are 3 good ones.
Now, here's the surprising thing, is that Kyrie Irving and Harrison Barnes are the same age. That actually, I mean, it just seems like Kyrie's been around longer.
Oh, really?
To me, it does.
Wow.
It seems
Because I
like
would have said
Kyrie's-
the other way. I would have said it feels like Harrison Barnes. There's been a few, kind of like sometimes I think celebrities are dead. There's been a few times I've been like, well, Harrison Barnes retired.
He's with my Spurs now.
Yeah, he's still playing. There's been like
Still in
3
the
times
starting
in my
lineup.
life I've been like, he's retired, right? Like, no, he's like the 4th highest paid dude in the league.
Hell, Doug McDermott's still in the league.
Used to be on my Spurs. Always wanted a Doug McDermott jersey because I thought it'd be funny to walk around town and people are like, is that a Doug McDermott Spurs jersey?
And by the way, Doug McDermott probably wasn't in the top 100 of the recruits and ended up being the NCAA's all-time leading scorer.
I still have, at my mom's, I have a box of like all these old ESPN and like Rolling Stone magazines I used to collect. And I still have the Sports Illustrated one of Doug McDermott where they recreated the Larry Bird Sports Illustrated with the 2 cheerleaders. And it's like college basketball secret weapon. That's a good one. The other stat I had for you was about Steelers quarterbacks. Ben Roethlisberger, when he won the Super Bowl in 2005 or cheated against the Seahawks, youngest quarterback to win a Super Bowl.
Really?
At 23 years old, 11 months.
Wow.
Did he win 2 Super Bowls? Because Tomlin won a Super Bowl, so he would have been Tomlin's quarterback as well.
Yep, because they beat the Cardinals in 2009. That was the Holmes tiptoe catch in the corner of the end zone. Then could have won 3, but lost to Rodgers and the Packers in 2011.
Wow. And that's what the Steelers need. They need a franchise quarterback. They don't have it. I mean, Aaron Rodgers was a franchise quarterback. He's no longer a franchise quarterback. If the Steelers want to go to the next level and get back to, competing for Super Bowls, they've got to find a quarterback. Do you think Mike Tomlin gets fired today or mutually parts ways with the Steelers?
And you'd have to think so, right? I mean, 9-7, 9-8 isn't going to get it done. And this was their 7th straight playoff loss?
Yep, 7th straight.
Usually when
So
there's
you'd
this
think
much
so.
smoke, it happens.
And then it gets to the point of like what we talk about with Iowa fans with Fran, where it just gets to a point where fans are over it. I think
Tomlin in the
fans are
booth.
over
Tomlin in the booth next year or on the sideline?
sideline.
I think
There you
sideline
go.
too.
I think sideline.
If you gave me good odds, I would bet Mike Tomlin is back in the Super Bowl someday.
What if Harbaugh and Tomlin partner up?
All right, you've got Iowa
Yeah,
State
probably not.
tonight.
Too many cooks.
Iowa State tonight at 8 o'clock. We'll be talking about the game. Plus, Iowa's at Purdue tomorrow, so a lot to talk about. Thanks for tuning in this morning, folks. We appreciate it. We're back tomorrow at 6 a.m. on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
See you, boys.
Start spreading the news, cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
Hi, I'm John Linares with Willis Lexus, and it's January and the deals got better. And our lease rates went down. We have a promotional 42-month term, which makes for a great value. On all gas models, we also have 2.99 for 48 months, 3.99 for 60, and 4.99 for 72 months. We've replenished our inventory of RZ this month, and we have 4 in stock. They have 0% up to 72 months, along with $2,000 of bonus cash. Stop in and see us or visit us online at willislexus.com.
Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Missing a quality home-cooked meal? You know, the kind Mom used to make? Lucky for you, we found her recipe book. Welcome to the High Life. Welcome to the Champagne of Bars.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always Priority One.
Back to the rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.